Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. This is Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link to register for my channel. That way you can receive all the information on what you need to do to grow your cleaning business to six figures and beyond. So I'm doing a quick, really quick government, I guess you call it a little special government information. So I've been receiving quite a few information or contracts or questions about government. So if you're interested in government cleaning contracts, I'm going to give you a little bit of what is the most important areas. Now, there's two ways you market to the government buyer. One is offline and one is online. Online, as soon as you see a solicitation that you're interested in bidding on, that means a solicitation is an actual offer that the contracting officer, that's the one that makes the decision on who is going to fulfill that contract. Once you see a solicitation on the actual website that gives you the opportunities for contracts, cleaning contracts, and all kinds of contracts, you then want to start making sure that you understand what you need to do. Now, the first thing, as soon as you submit your RFP, which is request for proposal, that's what you're going to submit once you see a solicitation you're interested in. Now, once you do that, the first thing the contracting officer is going to do, which is the individual that decides on who is going to get the contract, they're the ones that sign it. They make the money. So the contracting officer is going to sign the contract. So, of course, they don't want to look bad in front of their peers and their superiors by choosing someone that cannot do the job. So I actually had a gentleman, a student of ours that just started registering for SAMS. And that is what you need to register. One of the requirements, SAMS.gov, is what you need to require, is one of the basic requirements for doing business with the government. So it's actually SAM.gov, and that Systems for Award Management is what that acronym stands for. The government loves acronyms. So that's one of the things it stands for. So let's say you just got started and you're interested in doing business with the federal government, doing cleaning contracts. So what do I need to do? I need to make sure I have my EIN, my DUNS number, which is the number, it's a unique identifier for your company. It's sort of like a social security number, sort of like an EIN number is a social security number for your business with the state of your, like, I'm with Florida, or say you're with, in Maryland or something like that. So that's your EIN number, which is an identifier for your business. It's called, employer identification number. That's what EIN number is. A DUNS number is also an identifier, which is normally used for government, doing government contracts. So you're going to need an EIN number and a DUNS number. And also you're going to have to register for SAMS. Now, I said all that rather quickly because if you watch one of my previous videos, I go into great detail of what you need to do to meet the basic requirements for actually doing government contracts, okay? Cleaning contracts. Very lucrative, I may add. But let's say you're in SAMS. And one of the questions they ask is how many employees you have and what is your size matrix? Why is that important? And this goes back to the question that the student had, that is one of our students that's registering in SAMS. They want to know if you are going to be able to do that contract. That's why they ask you those questions, because they're looking at your financial ability, your resources when it comes to employees and financial. And what you do not want to do, because SAMS is once you've actually registered for SAMS, you continually update as you grow. So as you get more employees, as you get more finances, you want to make sure as your financial condition changes, you register in SAMS and you update it. You can update your SAMS registration as many times as you like, and you should have it reflect your current situation that you're in. So what you don't want to do is say that you can take a contract and you can't. That is not what you want to do at all with the federal government. So now you've registered in SAMS, you've gone through the registration. It takes about an hour or so. There are certain documents you need to have before you sit down with SAMS. You have to have your bank account, your routing number. You want to make sure that you have your physical address of the business, your phone number, all of that information you need to have in front of you so that when you go through SAMS, you can continue. Now, let's say the phone rings or the dog barks or your baby cries. Let's say something actually comes to disturb you and you've got to stop, guess what? You can save and continue. So it's not like you can't, but you want to make sure that your one really, really important information. You want to make sure that your physical address that you registered with your EIN or the state, your Secretary of State has to match. So they're going to ask for forms of identification that all match up together. So you don't want to have your address on your EIN, your confirmation number or letter, because you get an EIN confirmation letter. You don't want to have that different than your state that you're registering with. And then the SAMS is different, then it's different on your website. You want to have it all go together. So everything needs to connect. Now, the first thing that buyer is going to do is they're going to look at your SAMS registration. You have to be, that's step number one. You have to have your registration in SAMS. The next thing they're going to do is look at your website. Why are they doing this? Because they want to check out if you're really credible. Do you really have a company? Are you really a company they can deal with? So make sure, and I've said this before in my videos, you want to make sure that you have a website. Have your website available for the contractors to see, the contracting officers, the government buyers. You want to make sure you have it available. And then something that a lot of individuals don't do is you can actually do what we call a capability briefing. A capability briefing is going to let them see what your capabilities are. So remember, I said you can market to the government online and offline. And the capability briefing is one way you market offline. Now, if you'd like to know all the moving parts to the federal government, I just kind of gave you a couple of quick ones. Make sure you sign up for my live masterclass. It's how to win big in government cleaning contracts. Make sure you sign up. It is going to be live. Space is limited. And I answer all your questions after the presentation. It's about 80 minutes. The best way to join is through desktop like I'm doing or on a computer. Better than your phone because you're kind of small and can't see it. But we have a great time. It's going to be today, as a matter of fact, this evening. And I normally have them every other Wednesday. So we have one tonight. And like I said, I will have my water with me. I'll take my water and answer your questions because I love giving this information. It really can change your life. Literally, it can change your life. You can get contracts worth, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, not right as soon as you get started, but definitely can grow there. It's a goal that you can look forward to. And then you can use this to build your business to an area of 6 figures and beyond, more than you imagine. So I'd love to see you there. I'm going to put the information in the link below. Make sure you register. That way you can come to the live masterclass. And like I said, it's called How to Win Big in Government Cleaning Contracts. And even though there may be a recession coming up and the stock market may have gone down close to 1,000 points and all that, don't worry about that because you've got this. You're going to make sure that you register and get those government contracts because even in a recession, the government's always spending and you want to make sure you're receiving some of that money. So click the link, register for the masterclass. See you there. Space is limited. So I'm only going to have a couple of people there because we do a lot of Q&A and I don't want to keep everyone there all night long. But on a serious tip, if this sounds like something you're interested in, government cleaning contracts, I myself have done quite a few. So I've done the private and I've done the federal. So I would be in a really, really great place to give you some serious information on what you need to do to take it to a whole nother level. And that's what we were able to do. Made quite a few mistakes in the federal government space, in the private space. But as time went on, I learned what to do and what not to do. What do you need to learn? But one of the most important things are those relationships. Seriously, building the relationship with the government buyer is so important. Capability statement is important. So there's like several things you want to do. And the way I break it down in the masterclass and when I teach others that join me is 1, we get your basic requirements met. Have to have those. 2, we talk about how to market to the federal government, what you need to do. And then 3, we give you the opportunities to find government opportunities and how to submit that bid. So, or that RFP, which is request for proposal. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then make sure you click the link below to register for the masterclass. And until next time, be safe, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, let's end this.